My respects to His Excellency, Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka from Chennai, Deputy High Commission, Chennai. When we requested him, without any hesitation, immediately he told, when you people are coming and requesting me, I am ready. I will come and do the inaugural function for the business session. And with this, I would like to add few points. I have been associated with the Deputy High Commission office for a long years. Without saying that, I have been associated Second, he was the instrumental for various constructive areas. One is the Jaffna Airport, Palali Airport. Second is for ferry. Third, lot of people as refugees are here in Tamil Nadu. You know very well, in refugee camps. A passport system was mooted and he was the instrumental. And second most important message, if we are not going to use his office at this juncture, like going to Sri Lanka, setting up a business, investments, we may not be able to do the same thing in future also, because the main thing is the present DHC sir is ready to extend his help and his office is tuned for that. We need to make use of that. Why I am insisting and why I am telling all these things, because it's just by air, of course from Chennai, almost 1 hour time. It's effectively 45 minutes. And what we speak, Tamil language is also there. And what we have, the culture, food, everything is available. It is an extension, and previously during the British India period, we were together. That we should not forget. So with this small introduction, and I request His Excellency, the Deputy High Commissioner, to open the session, inaugural session of the business session, to take off more into the business vibrations, and he can deliver his speech about Sri Lanka and the prospects in Sri Lanka for business. Thank you. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Let us welcome His Excellency Dr. D. Venkateshwaran, honored by the moderator R. Nandakumar.
His Excellency CG, Consul General of Malaysia, my colleague Mr. Saronan, Mr. Ilango, Indo-ASEAN Chamber, and Minister Commerce and Councillor Mr. Jnanadeva from my DHC, Deputy High Commission Office, and other senior members on and off the dais from IMPA and out of IMPA. Ladies and gentlemen, அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இங்கிலீஷில் பேசலாமா தமிழில் பேசலாமான்னு யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கும்போது தமிழ்லேயே பேசுவோன்னு ஒரு ஆசை வந்துச்சு. அதனால் தமிழ்லேயே பேசுகிறேன். முதலாவது எதுக்கு அது சாப்பிட்டுட்டு இருக்க கூட ஒரு வார்த்தை சொன்னார், சோறு சாப்பிடுவீங்களா, சப்பாத்தி முடிஞ்சிச்சுன்னாரு. நான் சொன்னேன், சோறு தான் என்னையவே மலேசியாவே உங்களையும் இணைச்சிருக்கு, இல்லைன்னா மூணுமே சப்பாத்தி இருந்தால் இணைஞ்சிருக்க மாட்டோம்னு சொன்னேன். அதனால் வில் கம் டு த சீன். எதுக்கு இலங்கையில் நீங்கள் தொழில் பண்ணணும், ஏன் இலங்கைக்கு நீங்கள் வரணும், முதலாவது நான் அதை பற்றி தெளிவாக சொல்லிடுறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல், ஜியோகிராஃபிக்கல் லொக்கேஷன். இன்னைக்கு இந்தியன் ஓஷனில் எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா கீழே இருக்கிறது வந்து இலங்கை தீவு மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு கீழே எந்த ஒரு நாடுமே இருக்கிறாது. அந்த நாடு டச் பண்ணிட்டு போகிறனால தான் இன்றைக்கி கூட சவுத் ஏஷியாவில் அண்ட் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் இன் ஏஷியாவில் எங்கள் போர்ட் தான் நம்பர் 1 இருக்குது. வேறு போர்ட் நம்பர் 1 இருந்ததே கிடையாது. வார் டைமில் கூட நான் சொல்கிறேன், இன்றைக்கி நம்ம போர்ட் தான் நம்பர் 1. இது வந்து போன வருஷம் வரைக்கும். இந்த வருஷம் இன்னும் 2 பேர் வந்து போட்டு இன்னொரு 2 போட்டை எடுத்துட்டாங்க. ஒருத்தர் சைனாக்காரரு, இன்னொருத்தர் நம்ம அதானி. அப்போ இன்னும் பெருசாக போகுது போட்டு. இருக்கிறதுலே நாங்கள் தான் நம்பர் 1. இன்னும் பெருசாக போகுது போட்டு. அப்போ நீங்கள் ஜியோகிராஃபிக்கல் லொக்கேஷன் இது நம்பர் 1. 5 முக்கியமான விஷயம். ஒன்று ஜியோகிராஃபிக்கல் லொக்கேஷன், இன்னொன்று வந்து லாஜிஸ்டிக். இன்னைக்கு நான் நினைக்கிறேன் 3/4 மணி நேரத்தில் 1 மணி நேரத்துக்குள்ளே போகக்கூடிய ஒரே ஒரு நாடு இலங்கை மட்டும்தான். ஏர்போர்ட் போகிறதா கொஞ்சம் லேட் ஆகுது, ஊருக்கு சீக்கிரம் போயிடலாம். அதனால் நீங்கள் லாஜிஸ்டிக் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் இன்னைக்கு மொத்தம் 16லேருந்து 18 ஃப்ளைட்டு ஒரு நாளைக்கு சவுத் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து மட்டும் போகுது. சவுத் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து மட்டும் பர் டே 16லேருந்து 18 ஃப்ளைட் போகுது. கூடிய விரைவில் கோயம்புத்தூருக்கும் விசாகப்பட்டினத்துக்கும் சேர்க்க போகிறோம். அப்போ லாஜிஸ்டிக் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் 3/4 மணி நேரத்தில் போகக்கூடிய ஒரு நாடு. 3வது கலாச்சாரம். எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு இந்தியாவுக்கு அடுத்து கூடுதலாக கோயில் குளம் இருக்கிற ஒரு ஊர் வந்து இலங்கை தான். அடுத்து மலேசியா கூட இருக்கலாம். ஆனால் இந்த பக்கத்தில் சவுத் ஏஷியாவை பொறுத்தவரை நான் சொல்கிறேன். நான் பாருங்க உங்களோட நல்லா உங்களை மாதிரியே தமிழ் பேசுகிறேன். இதுக்கு மேலே என்ன இருக்குது? அதனால் கலாச்சாரத்தில் நாங்கள் நீங்களும் ஒன்று தான். பாதி பொன்னியின் செல்வம் படம் எங்கே எடுத்துருந்துச்சு? அங்கே தான் எடுத்துச்சு. அதனால் நீங்கள் அதை நினச்சிக்கணும். கலாச்சார ரீதியாகவும் நாங்களும் நீங்களும் ஒன்று தான். அப்போ 1வது லாஜிஸ்டிக், பக்கத்திலான ஊர், இது ஜியோகிராஃபி லொக்கேஷன் பக்கத்தில் இருக்க ஊர். 2வது டக்குன்னு பெட்டி தூக்குனா இன்னைக்கு கரூர் ஈரோடு போகிற மாதிரி சீக்கிரம் வந்துடலாம். 3வது வந்து கலாச்சாரம். இங்கே கூட நார்த் இந்தியாவில் போயிட்டு நான் 4 நாள் டெல்லியில் இருந்தேன். எனக்கு 3வது நாளைக்கு மேலே அந்த நானும் சாப்பிட முடியல. ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு சாப்பிட்டேன், செரிக்க முடியாமல். இங்கே வந்து அந்த ரசம் போட்டு சாப்பிட்டா தான் சாப்பிட்ட மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. அதே மாதிரி ஸ்ரீலங்கா வந்தாலும் நீங்கள் பருப்பு சோறு போட்டு சாப்பிட்லாம், அதே மாதிரி இருந்துக்கலாம். அதனால் நீங்கள் ரொம்ப க்ளோஸ் கனெக்டிவிட்டி டு சவுத் இந்தியா வந்து நாங்கள் தான். உண்மையாக பார்த்தா நாங்கள் தான் குமரி கண்டத்தில் ராக் பாட்டம், அது உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். அடுத்த முக்கியமான விஷயம் வந்து நட்பு நாடு. இந்தியாவுடைய செல்ல தம்பி நாங்கள். அது வந்து நாங்கள் எப்பயுமே அதை சொல்லிக்கிறது. அதனால் நட்பு நாடு எப்பயுமே இருக்கும். அந்த நட்பு என்றைக்குமே நம்மளோட இன்றியமையாக இருக்கனால நீங்கள் முதலாவது சான்ஸு இலங்கை கொடுக்கணும். சரி, இது எல்லாம் கொடுத்துட்டோம். வேறு நாட்டில் போய் புதல் போட்டால் நம்மளுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லேசாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு ஒரு நண்பர்கள் செஞ்ச 2-3 பேர் செஞ்ச முதலீட்டுனால நடந்த நல்லது கெட்டது நான் உங்கள்ட்ட சொல்லிக்கிறேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் முடிவு பண்ணிக்கங்க. கொரோனாவுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு நண்பர் போயிட்டு ஆப்பிரிக்காவில் மைன் திறக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு மைன் திறந்தார். அவர் மைண்ட் திறந்தாரோ நம்ம தெரில, கொரோனா வந்துருச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் கொரோனாவில் வந்து இவர் போட்ட ஊசி அவர் எடுத்துக்கல, அவர் போட்ட ஊசி இவர் எடுத்துக்கல. அப்புறம் ஃப்ளைட்டில் வந்து ஆப்பிரிக்காவுக்கு போகிறத நிறுத்திட்டாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த மைனிங் கம்பெனி மூட்டார். இன்னொரு நம்பர் வந்து கனடாவில் வந்து இந்த சீல் ஹண்டிங் கொடுப்பாங்க. சீல் வந்து கடல் சிங்கம், அது வந்து வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை ஹண்டிங் கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த சீலோட லெதர் தான் உள்ளே விலை ஜாஸ்தி. அதை போய் போட்டு அவரும் கொரோனா காலத்தில் போய் போட்டார். கடைசியில் போய் பார்த்தா கொரோனா காலத்தில் ஃப்ளைட்டில் போக முடியாமல் அங்கே போனால் அதை இருந்து கடைசியில் சீல் தோலை உரிக்கலான்னு போனார். இப்போ பேங்க்கார் அவர் தோலை உரிச்சிட்டாரு. அந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. அதனால இதெல்லாம் என்ன சொல்கிறேன்னா, இலங்கைக்கு நீங்கள் வாங்க. நம்மளோட அருமையான, எனக்கு அப்புறம் எனக்கு அடுத்து ஒரு காலேஜில் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருக்குனால அவசரமாக நான் போக வேண்டியிருக்குது. நான் ஒரு ஆனுவல் டேயில் நான் சீஃப் கெஸ்ட்டாக கால் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. அதனால் என்னுடைய மினிஸ்டர் கவுன்சிலர் நிறைய ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் கொண்டு வந்திருக்காரு. இலங்கையில் என்னென்ன அவங்களுக்கு செஞ்சு கொடுப்போம்னு சொல்லி ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் கொண்டு வந்திருக்காரு. அதை நீங்கள் பாருங்கள். இலங்கைக்கு வாங்க, வந்து அங்கே ஒரு ஃபுட்ஃபால்ஸ் வைங்க. இங்கே நான் நிறைய அடிக்கடி பார்க்குறேன். டெக்ஸ்வேலினால டெக்ஸ்டைலை பற்றி ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்கிறேன். இன்றைக்கி நான் நிறைய இடத்துல பார்த்துட்ருக்கேன். இந்த மாதிரி விசைத்தறி மூடி இருக்க பிரச்சனை, டையிங் ஃபேக்ட்ரி மூடி இருக்குது. அங்கே டையிங் ஃபேக்ட்ரி அப்ரூவலோடு இருக்குது. வாங்க, 3/4 மணி நேரத்தில் வந்து ட்ராவல் பண்ணி பாருங்கள். பிடிக்கலைன்னா கூட போய் பாருங்கள், அதில் என்ன இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்லி பாருங்கள். டையிங் ஃபேக்ட்ரி அப்ரூவலோடு இருக்குது. எக்ஸ்போர்ட் வந்து ஜிஎஸ்பி ப்ளஸ் கோட்டா இருக்குது. நீங்கள் அங்கே மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணால் ஜிஎஸ்பி கோட்டா வெளிநாட்டுக்கு ஏற்றலாம், இங்கே பண்ண முடியாது. பிஓஐயில் டியூட்டி ஃப்ரீ அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது, போர்ட் ஆஃப் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் ஸ்ரீலங்காவில். அதெல்லாம் வந்து நீங்கள் பாருங்கள். பார்த்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் உங்களுக்கு விருப்பப்பட்டால் அதில் இன்வால்வ் பண்ணி செய்யுங்க. வர்றது போதே வந்து தொழில் ரீதியாக வரணும். தொழில் ரீதியாக வந்தால் தான் தொழில் பண்ண முடியும். அந்த 3 நாளைக்கு வந்துட்டு 2 நாள் கேஷினோவில் இருந்துட்டு 3ஆம் நாள் விசிட்டிங் கார்டு வாங்கிட்டு வரக்கூடாது. நான் அதை இப்பயே சொல்லிட்டேன். பாதி பேர் அப்படித்தான் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து வர்றாங்க. அது எனக்கு பிடிக்கல. நான் நிறைய இடத்துல சொல்கிறது, வாங்க வந்து நம்மளோட ஃபுட்ஃபால்ஸை பதிங்க. நானும் உங்களுடைய வர்க்கத்தில் சேர்ந்தவன் தான். உங்களோட ஃபுட்ஃபால்ஸை ஐ நீட் மோர் ஃபுட்ஃபால்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் இந்தியா. அது சவுத் இந்தியா. உங்களோட ஃபுட்ஃபால்ஸை பதிங்க. இந்த இப்போ ஹார்பரு அதானி எடுத்திருக்கிறாரு, சோலார் ப்ராஜெக்ட் அதானி எடுத்திருக்கிறாங்க ஸ்ரீலங்காவில். ஏன் அங்கேயும் அதானி தானா? இங்கே ஒரு அதானி இல்லையா? வந்து பாருங்க. அவசியம் வந்து பார்க்கணும்னு நான் எதிர்பார்க்குறவங்கள. யாராக இருந்தாலும் பெரிய லெவலில் தேவையில்லை. அதுக்கு நான் 1000 மெகாவாட்ஸ்லாம் தேவையில்லை. 10 மெகாவாட்ஸ் போடுங்க போதும். நல்லபடியாக செய்யுங்க. அதுக்கு நாங்கள் எல்லா உதவியும் செய்கிறோம். போன முறை நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த டெக்ஸ்டைல் ஹேண்ட்லூம் அசோசியேஷனோட சேர்ந்து இங்கேருந்து பேக்கேஜாக ட்ரேட் மினிஸ்ட்ரிலாம் பார்க்குறதுக்கு ஒரு பேக்கேஜ் ரெடி பண்ணி கொண்டு போகிறோம். மிஸ் மதிவானனோட சேர்ந்து. அதே மாதிரி நான் இந்த முறை ட்ரேட் செக்ஷனுக்கு சொல்லி ரெடி பண்ணி தரேன். உங்களுக்கு பட்ஜெட், ஏர்லைன்ஸு, அக்காமடேஷன் எல்லாம் சேர்த்து அங்கேயும் நீங்கள் வந்து மினிஸ்டர் போன தடவை கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 5 மினிஸ்டரை பார்த்தாங்க. எல்லாம் பார்த்து 2 பேர் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஃபைனல் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தாங்க. அது வந்த போது அது சரி வராமல் கடைசியில் அதுவும் மகாராஷ்டிராவில் இருந்து ஜே மில்ஸ்னு அவங்க தான் வந்து போட்டாங்க. எல்லாம் மகாராஷ்டிரா, குஜராத்லேருந்து வர்றாங்க. என்னோட நாட்டிலேருந்து நானும் உங்கள் ஊருக்காரன் தான், ஜெயங்கொண்டத்துக்காரன், கும்பகோணம் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் தான் நானும். அதனால் நீங்கள் தைரியமாக வரலாம். நான் உங்களுக்காக இருக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு இந்த வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்தது நன்றி சொல்லி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
இந்தியாவும் ஸ்ரீலங்காவும் வேறு வேறு அல்ல. நமது கலாச்சாரம் அனைத்தும் ஒன்றாகவே உள்ளது என்று தனது நாட்டிற்கு வியாபார அழைப்பு விடுத்து His Excellency Dr. D. Venkadeshwaran அவர்களுக்கு மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகள். His Excellency Dr. D. Venkadeshwaran is going to be honored by the moderator or Nandakumar.
Thank you, sir. அனைவரும் தங்களது கரத்த ஒலிவோசையுடன் ஊக்குவிக்குமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். A man who has worked in Sri Lanka's overseas mission in Israel, Malaysia and Germany. He specialized in the international trade, business promotions and financial economics. His Excellency G.L. Jnanadeva, the Minister of Commerce, Sri Lanka Deputy High Commission. We are happy for inviting you to inaugurate the B2B Trade Expo and for giving the special address. Before that, His Excellency G.L. Jnanadeva is honored by moderator or Nandakumar sir.
video. So, His Excellency Dr. Venkateshwaran, Deputy High Commissioner to Sri Lanka in southern India, His Excellency Saravanan, Consul General of Malaysia in Chennai, Mr. Ilangu
Welcome.
Munathan, Vice President in ASEAN, India, Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and distinguished guests at the head table, and distinguished participants of different business sectors. Very good evening and welcome to this session. So now my presentation will நான் உங்களுக்கு தமிழ்ல கதைக்கிறதா இங்கிலீஷ்ல கதைக்கிறதா எது கூட விளங்கக்கூடியதா இருக்கும்? தமிழா? ஓகே. ஏன்னா நான் சில வேளையில் தமிழ் காய்ச்சல் உங்களுக்கு விளங்காதுன்னு நான் தமிழ் கதைக்கிறேன் இல்லை என்னால் எங்கட அப்போ என்னுடைய இந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் வந்து இனத்தை நோக்கி இருக்குது என்றால் எவ்வாறாக ஒரு இந்தியன் ஆண்டர்பிரீனர் தனது பிஸ்னஸை இந்தியன் ஆண்டர்பிரீனர் or exporter, how he could integrate his business into Sri Lanka and expand to rest of the other world. So that is the main theme of my presentation. I have reflected on my last 23 years of experiences and did a research and how the Indian emerging entrepreneurs and exporters can integrate their business to Sri Lanka to expand to the rest of the world. So now initially, before to start my presentation, we will have a small video clip on Sri Lanka. Okay.
Welcome to an island so magical. You'll never want to leave. Beaches so inviting. You'll return just like the waves. Watering holes so wild. You'll want another round. History so ancient, you'll need another life to take it all in. Welcome to an island so diverse and packed with authentic experiences. You'll never find another like it. And once you've bitten, you'll always be smitten. Welcome to Sri Lanka. You'll come back for more. After all, science fiction visionary Arthur C. Clarke came for a month and stayed a lifetime. Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore came in 1922, then came back in 1928 and in 1934. German tourist George Seelan was so infatuated after his first visit, he's come back 99 more times. Even migratory blue whales refuse to leave. It's time to tell the world about Sri Lanka. It's time to tell the world that once you visit Sri Lanka, you'll come back for more. How? By showing you what you're in for and what you'll be coming back to again and again. Sri Lanka. You'll come back for more.
As the world bid farewell to another year, Colombo, the heart of Sri Lanka, came alive with an enchanting tapestry of celebrations. Join us on a captivating journey through the vibrant and diverse events that mark the spectacular New Year's Eve in our beloved city. The 31st night in Colombo was an extravaganza like no other. From the bustling streets to the serene corners, the city pulsated with excitement and joy. Cultural showcases, music concerts, and jubilant street parties painted a mosaic of celebration across every corner. took center stage, weaving melodies that resonated through the city streets. The city's vibrancy was matched only by the joyous gatherings filling the streets. Laughter, dancing, and a sense of unity permeated the air as families, friends, and visitors reveled in the spirit of togetherness. As the clock struck midnight, the sky became a canvas of with the brilliance of fireworks. A spectacular display that adorned the Colombo skyline, painting a picture of hope and new beginnings. Amidst the spectacle, Colombo stood as a beacon of inclusivity and warmth. Locals and visitors from around the globe joined hands, sharing laughter, joy, and heartfelt greetings, forging connections that transcended boundaries. So, as the night drew to a close, Colombo basked in the memories of a night filled with unity, celebration, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Join us in celebrating the unforgettable moments that made New Year's Eve in Colombo an experience to treasure. As the night embraced its final moments, Colombo reveled in the cherished memories of a night characterized by unity, jubilation, and the hopeful anticipation of a new dawn. Join us in commemorating the unforgettable moments that transformed New Year's Eve in Colombo into an invaluable treasure trove of experiences. Indeed, in Colombo, a city that never sleeps, the spirit of celebration resonates perpetually.
Sri Lanka. You'll come back for more.
Right. So now, right. Now, இனி நாங்கள் அந்த எங்களுடைய பிரதானமான பிரசன்டேஷனை பார்ப்போம். Business opportunities between Sri Lanka, India and Sri Lanka. So, இந்த பிரசன்டேஷனில் நாங்கள் பிரதானமாக என்னத்தை பார்க்கிறோம் என்றால், எவ்வாறாக ஒரு இந்தியன் முயற்சியாளர், ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் entrepreneur, an exporter, how he could integrate his business expertise to Sri Lanka to expand to the rest of the world. So now, next slides. Now, உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், இலங்கை ஒரு சிறிய நாடு, சிறிய தீவு, சுற்றி வர கடலால் சூழப்பட்ட ஒரு நாடு. இலங்கைக்கும் இந்தியாவுக்கும் இடையிலான தூரம் 18 கிலோமீட்டர். 18 கிலோமீட்டர் தான் இலங்கைக்கும் இந்தியாவுக்கும் இடையில தூரம். இலங்கையிலிருந்து நாங்கள் இந்தியாவின் ராமேஸ்வரம் மீன்பிடி போட்கள், ஃபிஷிங் போட்ஸ், வெளிச்ச வீடுகளை ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் இரவில் பார்க்கலாம். மிக அண்மையில் இருக்கும். முன்பு இலங்கையில் இருந்து ஒரு கல்யாண வீட்டுக்கு சாரி எடுக்கின்றால் போட்டில் வந்து வேண்டிக் கொண்டு அடுத்த நாள் காலமே இலங்கையில் இருப்பார்கள். இலங்கையில் இருந்து ஒரு வடக்கில் இருந்து இலங்கையின் தலைநகரமான கொழும்புக்கு போய் பொருட்கள் வேண்டதை விட இந்தியாவில் வந்து வேண்டது இன்னும் ஈஸியும் மிகவும் இலகுவானது. நாங்கள் இங்கிருந்து rather than traveling from Chennai to Coimbatore, Chennai to Colombo is much more convenient and comfortable and easier. So Sri Lanka is a very located in a very comfortable location. Mainly it gives a comparative advantage for Indian business people rather than rest of the others in the world. So India is very close to Sri Lanka, and that is a very comparative advantage only for Indian business people, not any rest of the other world. So India has more advantage in doing business with Sri Lanka. So now we see that about the few facts about Sri Lanka. The Colombo is the capital and land area is 65,000, population only 22 million, whereas India has a 1.4 billion population, and GDP per capita is above 4,000. India is GDP per capita is 2,200 around, but our standard of living is much higher than the Indian standard of living. We have a free education from kindergarten to up to our masters. Free education is free. Not a single cent is spent by the parents of each child. So we all are product of free education. So now free education means they give school books, they give writing books, they give uniform, they give shoes, they give school bags, they give government give them school meals also. Morning and evening both meals are provided by the government across the country, and school buildings are all maintained by government. And school teachers are trained and they are supervised. Each teacher is supervised by government educational department, and they are well trained. All teachers are well trained, and they go and check whether the student is understanding his subject from the teacher's teaching. That is on and often they have a spot check in all the schools. So we have a very vibrant, very attractive educational system that has produced today very competent skilled workforce. For example, Sri Lankan investor, he has invested in Andhra Pradesh and giving 75,000 employment opportunities for garment sector. He has told us the workforce in India is not equivalent to Sri Lankan workforce. Sri Lankans are very easy to learn, easy to understand things, and their work is very quality, and they are more creative. These things are outcome of our free education. Another thing is we have a free healthcare across the country. We don't need to pay a single cent to the hospitals. All the biggest brain tumor, heart operation, amputation, all are done in the government hospital, much better than all other rest of the private hospitals. Across the country, health sector is free of charge. And at the hospitals, we are given a milk, egg, food and all. If a patient is admitted in the hospital, 100% food is provided by the government. And when he leaves the hospital, they are giving all milk food items and nutritional food and all. So this has also created a healthy citizens throughout the country. So Sri Lankans, they are well educated. Now education is a compulsory for each child. If a child is not going to school, the father and mother will be charged at the courts and they will have to go to prison. So education is a compulsory. The same way healthcare is free. All have to look after themselves very well. It's by the government order. So now it has created for the last 70 years, this major policy decision has created a very healthy citizens as well as educated workforce. That has today given a high advantage than the rest of the other South Asian countries. Then we have a very niche working crowd, and we are on Sri Lanka is only manufacturing only the niche product. We are the best product in the world, and we are only exporting to the high-end market. So we will see it in detail in my slides and see how Indian entrepreneur can integrate to Sri Lanka to expand his businesses to the rest of the other world. I had made the same presentation 1 month before at the Madurai Tamil Chamber of Commerce. Now 4 or 5 businessmen today, they are successful to reach to Sri Lanka, and today they had Dr. Agrawal Eye Hospital, they had a meeting in Sri Lanka to invest in Sri Lanka today 10 o'clock. I don't know the outcome. Then there is a rice exporter who is exporting basmati rice to Sri Lanka to export to Europe. He told me only 30 cents for each kilo he is having a margin, 30 cents. So he get the best basmati in the auction and keep 30 cents only for 1 single kilo, and he is exporting to Sri Lanka, and from Sri Lanka he is exporting to Europe. So that is the outcome of the proper knowledge he gained from our presentation. So I hope you will also have a good business insights after listening to this. So these are the about small information to Sri Lanka. So next we will see our economy. The major part of our economy is Sri Lankan economy is service oriented. Service 56, around 57% of our economy is service. We don't have factories, very less factories. We are mostly Sri Lankan economy is based on service, tourism related services, hospitality services and all. To cater to the services, and other thing is tourism related services to show them to the expedition and different programs and all, music programs and all. So these are the major component of our economy. So we have got affected by economic crisis recently because of the services. So larger part of our revenue is from service industry, from tourism, and the rest is from our revenues, our remittance from our Sri Lankans working in overseas. A lot of educated Sri Lankans are working in Dubai, Emirates, Singapore, Australia and all. So every month they send a lot of foreign currencies to foreign remittance to Sri Lanka. That is the major part of our economy. So those two got affected after the COVID, and since the government was unable to gain the foreign exchange to pay back their loans. So that's the reason Sri Lanka underwent economic crisis immediately after the COVID-19. Our tourism sector was affected, and we got impacted by the revenues and our revenues from our remittance from our Sri Lankan workers in Middle East and various other countries. So that has created a economic crisis. So the next slide, the industry is only 7%, agriculture. So these are the small our information about Sri Lankan economy. Our okay, next one. I'll quickly go. Yeah, then I'll only So the speciality of Sri Lankan economy is that we are located in a strategic location. We will see in later other decides when we are in the center of east and west. So any ships going from east to west, they'll have to go through Sri Lanka to fuel it, and then they'll have to go to the west. Because if they carry a huge amount of fuel, their insurance premium will be high. So then their charges, container transportation charges cannot be very competitive. So in order to be competitive, they carry a small portion of fuel, and then they come to Sri Lanka, refuel it, and then they go. Their transportation charges become very competitive. So Sri Lanka located in the strategic location. It's close to India, close to Singapore, China, and various countries. So politically also we are in a strategic position. So, and it has created a easy connectivity. We have created easy connectivity early stage. So yeah, and a small country, we are only small, 20 million population. We produce only high quality products. Only high quality products. Our largest export destination is US and EU, London, Germany, those countries. And we don't send it to other developing countries because our quality is very high. The cost of our labor is very high. Sri Lanka, since all are well educated, so they demand a high salary. Every engineer will have to pay more than 1 lakh. Whereas Indian engineer, 10,000 is enough, in 19,000 is enough in Sri Lanka. So that's what Sri Lanka has produced quality engineers, and their charges are also very high, and the product manufactured by them, it's also very high. So we produce the quality products through them, and we export to high-end market. And we have we are international markets. We are known for reliable and quality manufacturer. And we have a restoration EU GSP facilities. Whatever is exported from Sri Lanka, with a 35% value addition in Sri Lanka, you can export to EU or US, you are duty free. 100% customs duty is given concession. So a lot of Pakistanis and various people, they are using these facilities. What they do is, they manufacture a cotton towel, bed sheets in a roll, and they send it to Sri Lanka, they cut pieces, and they export to US market and EU market. A lot of NHS hospitals, they are suppliers of NHS hospital in London. Bed sheets, bed covers, towel and pillow covers are from Sri Lanka, but ultimately the manufacturer is in Pakistan. So I previously served in Pakistan last 4 years. So during my time, and there was a tender in Canada, London and America, a Pakistan company, they got the tender through a less competitive price, and they started exporting through Sri Lanka. So they send a woven cotton towels in a rolls, big rolls. They send it to Sri Lanka. They have a small manufacturing facility, cut into pieces, and they package it, and made in Sri Lanka. They put made in Sri Lanka because 35% they add value in Sri Lanka. So they are entitled to duty free. Customs duty is given exemption when you export under EU GSP plus, and we have a US GSP also. So then their product, the towel, bedsheet and all become competitive, much cheaper than the rest of the other countries. So that is the advantage. A lot of foreign business, even German people also, they have little manufacturing facility in Sri Lanka, and they are supplying to the rest of the world without any duty. But when they do a export from their own Europe to other countries, and they'll have to pay the duty. Similarly, steel pipes, long steel pipes, the one Pakistan company, they do the roll over the pipes into semi-finished, and they send it to Sri Lanka. They do the galvanizing, and they are exporting to US, and they cannot export to US because they have an anti-dumping duties in US market. So that is the advantage. Various other countries are utilizing their businesses integrated to Sri Lankan industries, and they are exporting, reaching out the other foreign countries. So I think when India, you have also many industries, you need to think how you could go out of India utilizing these trade concessional facilities. So now we have, similar way, we have done a lot of, Sri Lanka is a small country. We cannot afford to go for war with anyone. So we are naturally, diplomatically, we are friendly with everybody. We are friendly with India, we are friendly with China, we are friendly with Israel, we are friendly with Palestine, we are friendly with America, we are friendly with Cuba, we are friendly with Russia. So every country we have a very cordial bilateral relationship, because we are a small country and small population. Resources are very limited. We cannot afford to go for a go for a war with any country. So that has given an advantage, since due to our cordial relationship for the last 70 years. So Sri Lanka has established a very good cordial relationship with many countries, and that has, through our good relationship, we gain a duty-free access through various free trade agreements. So India, we have signed the first free trade agreement in India, and compared to all other agreement India has been doing it with all the countries, Sri Lanka has a more deeper concession and more broader concession. I don't know whether you could understand. இலங்கை இந்திய வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கை இலங்கை செய்த முதலாவது வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கை. இந்த வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கை இன்று இந்தியா பிரித்தானியாவோடும் அமெரிக்காவோடும் ஐரோப்பிய நாடுகளோடும் மலேசியா, இந்தோனேஷியா, சைனாவோட பல வகையான வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கைகள் செய்து கொண்டு வருகின்றது. இப்போ நான் அதை ஸ்டடி பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். இலங்கையுடன் இந்தியா செய்த வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கைக்கும் இன்று மலேசியாவோட செய்து கொண்ட வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கைக்கும், இந்தோனேஷியாவோட செய்து கொண்ட வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கும், சைனாவோட செய்து கொண்டும், யூரோப்போட செய்து கொண்டு வரணும், இப்போ செய்ய போகின்ற ஐக்கிய ராட்சிய யுனைடெட் கிங்டமோட செய்யப்பட வர்த்தகம் என்ன வித்தியாசம் என்று பார்த்தால், ஸ்ரீலங்காவுக்கு தரப்பட்ட சலுகைகள் மிக ஆழமானது. இப்போ 60% டேக்ஸ் இருந்தால் ஸ்ரீலங்காவுக்கு 0. அப்போ மலேசியாவுக்கு 45% தான் டேக்ஸ், அண்ட் இந்தோனேஷியாவுக்கு 30% தான் டேக்ஸ். ஆனால் ஸ்ரீலங்காவுக்கு 0 டியூட்டி. 7000 ப்ராடக்ட், இந்த நாங்கள் ஏற்றுமதி செய்கிற ப்ராடக்ட் எல்லா வகையான பொருட்களையும் கணக்கிட்டு பார்த்தால் எல்லாம் 7000 ப்ராடக்ட் தான் இருக்குது. அந்த 7000 ப்ராடக்டில் எங்களுக்கு 297 ப்ராடக்டை விட மிச்சம் எல்லாத்துக்கும் இந்தியா 0 டியூட்டி தந்திருக்கின்றது. இப்படி வேறொரு நாட்டோடையும் இந்தியா அக்ரிமெண்ட் செய்யவில்லை. ஏனென்றால் எங்களுக்கும் இந்தியாவுக்கும் உள்ள ஆழமான உறவின் அடிப்படையில் நாங்கள் இந்தியாவோட போட்டியிட இயலாது. நாங்கள் சிறிய மக்கள் தொகை கொண்ட நாடு. எங்களுடைய ரிசோர்ஸஸ் ஆர் வெரி லிமிட்டட் and our expertise is also very limited, so we cannot compete with India. But India has given us deeper concession and a broader. எங்களுக்கு 7000 ப்ராடக்ட் 287 ப்ராடக்ட் மட்டும்தான் டியூட்டி தரையில, மிச்சம் எல்லா ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கும் எங்களுக்கு இந்தியா டியூட்டி தந்துள்ளது. இதே மாதிரி தான் எல்லா நாடுகளும் ஸ்ரீலங்காவுக்கு எங்களுடன் நாங்கள் வைத்திருக்கின்ற எங்களுடைய டிப்ளமேட்டிக் ரிலேஷன்ஸ், டீப்பர் அண்ட் ப்ராடர் ரிலேஷன்ஸால் எங்களுக்கு தந்து. மோடியும் எங்களுக்கு தான் நாங்கள் கேட்காமலே $4.5 பில்லியன் தந்தவர். நாங்கள் கேட்கவே இல்லை. இந்த எக்கனாமிக் கிரைசிஸில் நாங்கள் கேட்கவும் இல்லை. 6 நாள் நானே 6 நாள் நின்று தான் காருக்கு பெட்ரோல் அடிச்சினான், ரோட்டில் நின்று அடித்தான். 3 நாள் நின்று தான் கேஸ் சிலிண்டர் எடுத்தினான். மோடி கேள்விப்பட்டு தன்னுடைய ஃபாரின் மினிஸ்டரை அனுப்பி உடனே எங்களுக்கு கேட்காமலே ஒரு கண்டிஷனும் இல்லாமல் 4.5 பில்லியன் எங்களுக்கு தந்தவர் என்றால் நாங்களும் இந்தியாவும் உள்ள கொண்டுள்ள உறவின் அடையாளம். அதே மாதிரி தான் எங்களோட வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கையிலையும் நீங்கள் இப்போ பிரித்தானியாவோடும் இந்தியா வர்த்தக உடன்படிக்கை சைன் பண்ண போயினோம். நீங்கள் பாருங்கள், அந்த உடன்படிக்கைகளையும் விட எங்களுக்கு கூடுதல் ஆழமான டீப்பர் டேக்ஸ் அண்ட் ப்ராடர் இப்போ இந்த பொருட்கள் எண்ணிக்கையும் கூட டீப்பை இதுவும் தந்திருக்கின்றது. அதே மாதிரி தான் எல்லா நாடுகளும் இலங்கை கொண்டிருக்கின்ற எங்களுடைய பைலேட்டரல் ரிலேஷன்ஸ் காரணமாக மற்ற எல்லா நாடுகளும் கண்டிருக்கு. அதுதான் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜ். எல்லா நாடுகளும் இலங்கையில் ஹை எண்ட் ப்ராடக்ட் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஒரு அடையாளமாக திகழ்கின்றது. நாங்கள் பார்ப்போம் எந்தெந்த நாடுகளுக்கு இந்த விதத்தில் செய்யலாம். மற்றது நாங்கள் இப்போ சைனாவோடையும் ஒரு FTA ப்ரொப்போஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். தாய்லாண்டோடையும் பங்களாதேஷோடையும் இப்போ பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. அடுத்த ஸ்லைட்ஸ் கொடுங்க. ஸோ இதுதான் இலங்கையினுடைய எக்ஸ்போர்ட் காம்பனன்ட். எங்களோட 32% லார்ஜஸ்ட் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் இஸ் ஃப்ரம் அப்பரல். We are manufacturing only the high-end quality products. Victoria's Secret, Marks and Spencer, Nike, Castro, H&M, all the high-end market products, garments தான் நாங்கள் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ low-end market products இலங்கையில் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுறதில்ல. ஏனென்றால் the cost of production is very high. The price, இப்போ நாங்கள் மார்க்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்பென்சர் சோர்சிங் ஏஜென்ட்டை கேட்டு நாங்கள் நீங்கள் இலங்கையில் வியட்நாம் போகலாம், 3 ஒரு பகுதி செலவு தான் வியட்நாமில் இருக்கும் என்றால், இலங்கையில் ஒரு தொழிலாளி ஒரு பட்டனை தைக்கிற நேரம் அவருக்கு விளங்குது ஏன் இந்த பட்டன் என்று. தைச்சால் 6 வருஷத்துக்கு அந்த பட்டன் எடுபடாது. வியட்நாமோ பங்களாதேஷில் இருந்தால் 2 கிழமையில 6 கிழமையில அறந்து விழுந்துருமென்று சொன்னார். அப்போ அதனால தான் இந்த ஹை எண்ட் ஹைலி ஸ்கில் ஒர்க் ஃபோர்ஸ் ஸ்ரீலங்கா, the educated work force இருக்கிறபடியால் every action they know the purpose of it and they are doing it very well and they have trained and disciplined and all and they are easy to learn skill task. என்று எங்களுக்கு மார்க்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்பென்சர் சோர்சிங் ஏஜென்ட் சொன்னவர். நான் தான் கதைச்சினான். மற்றது கனடா CNEயும் இதைத்தான் சொன்னார்கள். the quality labels giving us a quality product. Adala high-end apparel sector and India 8 million pieces every year duty free export pandrom high-end product, ladies blouses. Northern India தான் எல்லாம் போகுது. இங்க லேடிஸ் பிளவுசஸ் பாவிக்கிறேல ஹை எண்ட் எல்லாம் விலை கூடின இது வந்து நாங்கள் இப்போ கேட்டிருக்கோம் இலங்கை அரசாங்கத்திட்ட அதை இன்னும் கூட்ட சொல்லி கூட்டினால் நாங்கள் அதுக்கும் நாங்கள் சப்ளை பண்ணுவோம். ரெண்டாவது அடுத்தது எங்களுடைய டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் சர்வீசஸ் ஐசிடி டீ rubber based coconut based food beverages petrol these are our total export components அடுத்தது. So these are our total export destination. We are going for a high-end export destination. America, US is the largest of our export destinations. $3 billion we are exporting to US only. So next UK, then India, Germany, Italy, Belgium, all high-end markets. India also we are only catering to the high-end rich people. Their garment sector is the one supplied by Sri Lanka, not the normal low-end. So the same way our top. Our top import sources the largest our import destination India. Every year we import $4.7 billion worth of goods from India. Major part of goods are from for the food industry. Our the largest imports on food is from India. Onions, tomatoes, chilies, vegetables, fruits, and wheat flour, sugar. All we import from India because in Sri Lanka is a small country. When we do our own farming, our cost of production is very high. India is a very big land mass country, so your cost of production is very less. So now 1 kilo of potato is 300 to 400 rupees in Sri Lanka, whereas here 20 or 30 rupees potato. So Sri Lankan can, if they import from India, they can afford to have a low cost of living. So that government has started importing all the food items mainly from India. So now most of the importers, they told me they are having a small margin, 50 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents margin for each product, so that they can have a large quantity and they can become more competitive and they can continuously supply the goods. So because of the, next slides. So these are the free trade agreements we have, and the duty concession we are receiving in the countries. So India, Sri Lanka free trade, we have 100% duty free access to 4,000 plus products. 4,000 products, 100%, but zero duty. Where other products, if there's a duty is 50%, they are given us 20% duty concession, 10% and all. So 4,000 out of 7,000 products, this is the largest concession India has given to any single country. Because of we cannot bargain with India. India is a big, but due to our cordial relationship, India has voluntarily given this. So this is an advantage for us. So similarly, Pakistan, we are good with Pakistan also. So Pakistan also given 100% duty-free access to 4,000 products. A lot of Pakistan manufacturers, there is a Islamic sensitivity in developed countries, Europe and US and various countries. Some companies, they don't want to buy from an Islamic countries because of the Islamic sensitivity. So what they do is, they manufacture partly 75%, 65% of the product in Pakistan, they send it to Sri Lanka. Especially the garment sectors and few product sectors, even Pakistan fruits are exported to Israel, Europe, because they send it to Sri Lanka, they do the packing and then they send it to Europe countries and other anti-Islamic countries. The same way, Israel also, they have a very highly advanced agriculture. They send their fruits to Sri Lanka, the repacking, and they are sending to Saudi and Islamic countries. So we are very friendly with all, so that they are making use of a friendly relationship for business also. So that is the reflection of a free trade agreement. So Pakistan has also given us 4,000 products. A lot of few Indian companies, they are sending hair dye to Pakistan through Sri Lanka. So they have a small manufacturing facility in Sri Lanka, and they do the boxing and labeling and packaging their hair dyes, and they are sending to Pakistan, made in Sri Lanka. But ultimately the manufacturer source is from Pakistan. India. So same way Indians can also send to Pakistan, utilizing Sri Lanka as a platform to reach them. So now Singapore, we are having a free trade agreement, and that is 11 countries. We can get access to export market access to 11 countries. 647 million trade. We can do it through in 11 countries through Sri Lanka Singapore FTA. And EU GSP plus benefits we have 27 countries. The duty free access for 6,200 products out of 7,200 products. And this is also 508 million worth of trade. We can do it with 27 countries. And the EU GSP also, apart from it, we have a regional and multilateral trade agreements with that covers 2.3 billion population in Bangladesh, China, India, Laos, Mongolia, Republic of Korea, and Sri Lanka. And SAFTA also 2 billion population of Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. And we have other destinations. So now you need to see your product, which country you need to export your product. You need to see which agreement you will have to utilize it, and what is each agreement has a requirement. Some agreement you have to do a processing 35% in Sri Lanka, some 30%. So you will have to see what part of partial completion you have to do it in Sri Lanka, and what part you can do it in India, and also accordingly you have to complete your processing. Then you can get a free access to these countries, and your product become very competitive in pricing and quality also. And Sri Lanka is known for quality products. The best quality tea is from Sri Lanka, best garments from Sri Lanka, best workforce is in Sri Lanka. Israel and all, they want Sri Lankan workers. Middle East, Dubai and all, they want Sri Lankan accountants, Sri Lankan doctors, Sri Lankan engineers because of the quality. Now, we have only 28 universities in Sri Lanka. All the universities are owned by government. No individual can start deemed university, partial university, and all. No one can start, and no one can enroll a person into a university. There is a university grant commission. Every course is through a NEET exam. Every course is through a NEET. Even if you are going to do a diploma in Tamil, you have to go through your selection process through NEET. So I cannot tomorrow start a university and get the money and issue a certificate. No, that cannot be done. That the government will put it into trouble if a person starts that. So no, there is no any private universities, only 28 universities, and each admission is given by the government. So you will have to sit for the government exam. Government will give them, and you don't need to pay a single cent. Government will give each student a scholarship. Apart from the tuition fees, all free. Then in order to manage their food and accommodation, various other courses, every student is given a scholarships. You go for a diploma in education, government will give you a scholarship to manage your food and all. And we are the product of free education up to my masters. I did my masters also with the government scholarships, not a single cent. Even some schools, they don't accept children going for tuitions. So they say if they get to know that particular student is going for tuition, they will send him out of the school, they said. So they are very strict. So we didn't have any tuitions in our life. But in India only you can learn through tuition. That's all. Okay. Okay. So this is like, yeah. Okay, these are our major imports. What we import from India. So mainly petroleum products, because of the Russian-India relationship. Russia supplies to India the crude oil, and India now supply petroleums to Sri Lanka. And Portland cement and motorcycles, all your Indian motorcycles are in Sri Lanka, and all your pharmaceutical items and iron, steel and sugar, other knitted fabrics and pepper, and woven fabrics, cotton yarn. These are the products we are importing from India. We are importing every year $4.7 billion. Major part of our foreign currency is spent on Indian imports. So that is that's why India has given us a duty-free access to many of the products. Next one. So these are our major exports to what we export to India. We are animal feeding, the food waste. Food waste we are exporting to make animal feeding, and petrol. Some of the oils, we refine it. Our private sector, we have some factories, they refine and they send it back to India. Pepper, spices, coconuts, fabrics, waste and scrap metals and paper waste, nuts and all, and cables, gloves, tea and furniture and parts of, we are the Sri Lankan furniture chains are, they have 250 showrooms across India. One Sri Lankan furniture shop, they have 250 showrooms across India, and they are the biggest furniture seller in India. Dambro, you might have heard, I have seen it in Chennai also, very luxurious furniture retailer. And tea, artificial fibers, and bicycles, oil, apparels and clothing. So these are the carton boxes and all, copper wire, nutmeg, fabric. So these are the Sri Lanka's, yeah, these are the successful Indian companies in Sri Lanka. You can see Ashok Leyland, Seat, Gujarat Glass Limited, Indian Oil Corporation, Nilkamal, Bharati Airtel, Birla Group, Taj Hotel, State Bank of India, Indian Bank, ICC, Indian Overseas Bank, Rambo Group. So these are the very successful companies, and there are some other companies also, they are having a smaller presence, but I don't want to mention it here. These are the Sri Lankan investors in India. They are also very successful. Sri Lankan Airlines, Haileys, Haileys, they are, from here they are exporting product to rest of the other world. Atkins Spence, John Keels, Mars Holdings, Brandix. Brandix, recently they have started a factory, garment factory. They are giving employment to 75 Indians in Andhra Pradesh. And Dambro, these are the furniture, I said, they have 250 showrooms across India. So Bank of Ceylon, Multilac, these are the Sri Lankan next. Yeah. So these are our export, import, trade statistics. And our export is, Sri Lanka's export is very less. The Indian import is very high because Indian population is very huge, and we don't have such a big quantity to supply to India. Okay, quick, next. Okay. So these are the next one. Next, this is what you have seen. Yeah, next. So if you're, yeah, next. Okay. So now these are the areas we can do mutual cooperation, joint venture, and all this. Next. Yeah. Finish. Okay. Okay. So now I think there are, due to the time factor and all, there is another program also. So now I have given you the basic ideas how emerging Indian entrepreneur and exporter, how he could integrate to Sri Lanka to reach other countries. So if you need further information, I will share my email. You can contact us and you can get our assistance for your business. Thank you very much. And we have the last slides. We have one trade fair. After 15 years, the Sri Lankan government is organizing. Last one, final. Last slides. Last, fine. So the last. 74. So the government is organizing after 15 years. So and all the international, they have invited all the countries. That's a good occasion. You can meet all the Sri Lankan exporters and importers, and you can meet the foreigners also. And if you are interested in part, there are some chambers in Chennai. They are participating. We are expecting minimum 100 South Indian business people to be to participate in the trade fair. If you are interested, and you can contact us or through your chambers or somebody, then we will facilitate. There are provision of subsidized air tickets and hotel accommodation. So you need to come through your chamber and all. So we will help you to get your government concessionary air ticket and all. And it's a very good occasion to meet all the Sri Lankan exporters and importers at a one platform. This is after 15 years, the government is organizing a trade fair by its ministry. So I invite you all to participate and get the benefits and do a lot of trade, a lot of business, and Sri Lanka and India can build up our relationship further. Thank you very much. Thank you.
ஸ்ரீலங்கா நாட்டின் கலாச்சாரம், உறவுமுறை மற்றும் அனைத்தையும் நம் கண்முன்னே கொண்டு வந்து ஸ்ரீலங்காவில் உள்ள வியாபார வாய்ப்புகளை விரிவாக காண்பித்து தனது அழகான இலங்கை தமிழில் ஸ்ரீலங்காவிற்கு வியாபார அழைப்பு விடுத்திருக்கும் நமது ஹிஸ் எக்ஸலன்சி ஜிஎல் ஞானதேவா அவர்களுக்கு நமது இன்பா மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறது. தேங்க்யூ சார். இப்பொழுது கன்சல்ட் ட்ரேட் மாடரேட் மலேசியா எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ட்ரேட் டெவலப்மெண்ட் கார்ப்பரேஷன் ஹிஸ் எக்ஸலன்சி வான் அகமத் அவர்களையும் கவிதா அவர்களையும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றோம் தங்களுடைய பிரசன்டேஷனை பிரசன்ட் செய்வதற்காக.
Thank you very much. Mika Nandri. This opportunity is fabulous for us. I must thank our Consul General, His Excellency Mr. Sarvana Kumar, for giving us this opportunity, because we are more into the tourism section and we used to do a lot of programs with airlines and travel partners. This is the first time I felt at home, to be very frank. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, for making us feel so good. And Erode, I never knew that it had such potential and such fabulous speakers. So we were like truly amazed from the morning whatever session we have had. It is a great opportunity for us, and I would now request and welcome Mr. Rasaidi Abdul Rahim, the Director of Tourism Malaysia. Sir, I think you will be giving the presentation, or Martin is going to give. He's giving the presentation now. Since it's a joint collaboration and we have our two different departments which has come, and it gives me great pleasure to actually welcome Mr. Won, the Consul. Sir, for Martrade, the presentation will be given by him, followed by Mr. Rasaidi. Can we put our hands together and give him a very warm welcome? It's going to be his presence here, which is going to have fabulous interaction between India and Malaysia. Sir, we warmly welcome you onto the stage. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. Mr. CG from Malaysia, Excellency Sarvana Kumar Kumarabasagam, Mr. Elango from the South Sri Lanka, India, ASEAN Chamber of Commerce, my friend from the consulate, Mr. Razaidi, my good friend from the Sri Lankan consulate, Mr. Nanateva, and also the organizer of the IMPA trade fair. Thank you very much for inviting us to be here today. And my presentation today will cover the business opportunity with Malaysia. So my topic will be Malaysia, your trading partner in Southeast Asia. So I think due to the timing, I'm not going to take long. It's just a very brief presentation, because I think my colleague Mr. Razaidi's presentation will be more interesting, especially during this time. at 5 p.m. in the evening, I think tourism will be more interesting rather than trade. But hopefully I will be able to walk you through some of the important information about doing business with Malaysia. So a little bit about the snapshot on India vis-a-vis Malaysia. I think India, you have tremendous amount of population. I don't know, now it's 1.4 or 1.5 billion or probably more than that. Compared to us, we only have close to 34 million population. Probably if you deduct some of the foreign workers, we are lesser than that. But I think the most important thing that you have to look when you want to compare between India and Malaysia is about the trade figures. Although we are small in terms of population, but we are big in trade. We are smaller in terms of the numbers compared to India, but if you are looking at your population, you should have probably 6 trillion trade by now. Because we are only 33.9 million, but we are half of your trade. So I think don't look at Malaysia as a small country, but look at Malaysia as what we can offer to you in terms of capacity. Because I think one of the misconceptions about Malaysia is that when you look at the region, you will see Indonesia with close to 300 million people, you see Thailand, you see Vietnam, you see Philippines with more than 60-70 million people. In terms of that, we are probably offering lesser than the other countries can offer. But if you look at the total trade, we are actually bigger than most of the countries in the region. I think other than that, I think I'm not going to touch about it because India, we understand that with more than 1.4 billion people, your GDP per capita at the moment is probably around 3,000 US dollars per capita income. But I think I can see that a lot of things are happening, and we will see India as one of the countries which probably will challenge China in a couple of years. Next, please. So this is some of the trade performance. At the moment, if you compare to the countries in the region, India is our biggest trading partner in the region. Last year, we recorded about 16.6 billion. It was a drop compared to 2022, but I think this year we started to see improvement in our trade relation between Malaysia and India. But I think last year, it's not only with India, but we faced decrease in our trade in most of our trading partners in the world. Next, please. Next, please. So if you look at the standings, India is actually our 11th largest trading partner in the world. So out of 200 countries in the world that we do trade, India is actually a very important country to us, where they are number 11 in terms of trading partner. They are our 8th or 9th largest export destination, and they are our 12th largest import source. So basically, India is a very important country to us when it comes to buying and selling of our products and your products. And if you can see here, the top export from Malaysia to India, you can see palm oil and palm oil-based products, metal products, crude petroleum, chemicals and chemical products, and also electrical and electronic products. And we are buying from India petroleum product, irons and steel, manufacturers of metal, chemical and chemical product, and also agricultural products. So we are dependent to India in most of our products, such as we buy a lot of meats from India, we buy a lot of onion from India, we buy a lot of rice from India. So when India puts some restriction in their exportation, then we are having a problem back home. So that happened, I think, last year when there's some restriction for rice, and also now I think India put more tax for onions, so that's actually give us some problem back home. But anyway, I think we understand exactly what's happening on the ground in India, then we accept the fact that that's the things that has to be done by the government. Next, please. And one thing which is very important about doing trade, I think everywhere in this world, if you don't have any free trade agreement, then your products will be expensive if you enter the country. So Malaysia and India, we sign up 2 free trade agreements, which is ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement, which involve all the 10 countries of ASEAN. And also we signed one individual Malaysia-India Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, which is MIKECA. So in these both agreements, there will be reduction of duties, or probably you will not pay duties for most of the products that you are buying or you are selling to India, to Malaysia, sorry. So just a little bit about ASEAN. Why we want to talk about ASEAN? Because if you are looking for a place to start with your exportation, or if you are looking for a place to start with your investment, I think if you look at the map, Malaysia could be one of the places to be your springboard, to be a place where you can start your investment and also trading, because we are actually in the center of the all ASEAN countries, from Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei, and up to Myanmar, Thailand. We are quite strategic in terms of the location. Next, please. And this is Malaysia. We are divided into two parts, West Malaysia and East Malaysia. Most of the business happen in the West Malaysia. What they call, and Kuala Lumpur is our capital. I think Mr. Razaidi, my colleague from tourism, will explain more about the country later. Next, please. So this is actually our journey throughout the years. We started a very humble beginning in 1970s. You see our export, our total trade is only 3 billion. In 1990s, we are 58.7 billion. And today, in 2023, we are 10 times higher than what we achieved in 1990s. So you can see the graph where Malaysia, starting from agricultural, moved to manufacturing, and now I think 60% of our GDP is actually contributed by the services sector. Next, please. So you see, like I mentioned to you in the beginning of the presentation, the importance of the country. In the world, there's 200 over countries doing trade, but we are number 25th in terms of exports, 24th in terms of imports, and we are 26th largest trading partner in the world. So don't look at the size of the country, but look at what we can offer and look at what we can buy from India as well. Next, please. I think I talk about it. Although our role is more on promoting exports, but you can see we import a lot as well. We import close to 300 billion US dollars a year. So there's huge opportunities for Indian company to look at Malaysia as your exporting destination. And at the same time, we would like you to also look at Malaysia as one of the countries that you can import from us. Next, please. This is actually our main exports products and also main import products, which I think I'll pass this. I will show you another slide later. Next, please. So if you are looking at what you can buy from us, this is some of the ideas that probably you can look, where we are the world largest exporter for these 33 products in the sectors. For example, we are one of the largest in terms of palm oil. At the moment, Indonesia is number 1, and we are number 2. And also, in some other products that you can see here, I think if you are registered with the organizer, we can share also the slide with you later, so you can see in details what we can offer to you. So there's manufacturers of metals, E&E products, wood products. A lot of our furniture, for example, being exported to India, iron and steels, rubber products. You know, rubber gloves, I think probably 70 or 60% of rubber gloves in the country is actually imported from Malaysia. Textile, if you're talking about the added value textile. But textile also one of the things that you may look when you want to export to Malaysia, because I think you have quite a reasonable or cheap textile that you can export to Malaysia. It can be sold in our country at a multiple time the price compared to what are you buying here in the country. And also timber, for example, that's a thing that you can buy. You can buy from Malaysia. I talked about this just now. This is a subsector of the products from E&E, for example, semiconductor, solar products, EMS, and also LED. Next, please. This is in ICT. I think I do not want to touch that much because ICT, we know that India is far more superior in terms of the capacity. So, but always when you are coming to Malaysia, I think we do have also some companies that can complement whatever services that you can offer to the Malaysian companies. Next, please. This is on the machinery and equipment. I'm not going to touch on this. Next, please. Lifestyle, which this is also things that both parties can look at buying and selling to each other countries. You have textile, furniture, cosmetics, household products, and also jewelry as well. Next, please. Next, please. And this is also one of the, I think, one of the products that is very important for Malaysia, where you can consider where we are one of the largest exporter of not only palm oil, not only the oil that you use for cooking, but also the derivatives. The one that you use in a bakery, for example, you know, the one that you use, for example, margarine, shortening. So we are one of the best country when it comes to these products. Next, please. I think this is something quite heavy for us to touch. I think I'll pass this. And some of the Malaysian products that is having footprints all over the world, including India. So at the moment, for example, I'm not sure about Erode, but if you come to Chennai, for example, if you go to some of the stores, you will find a lot of Malaysian products, especially in the food and beverages. So, and then if you are interested to come to Malaysia, this is some of the events that we organize year in, year out. For example, this year in September, we are going to organize Mihas, where it is catered for the food and beverages market. It's actually for halal, but I know that India, sometimes halal is quite tricky, but we are focusing more on food and beverages. So if you are looking for something which you do not have in the market, then you can come over to Malaysia to participate in Mihas. And some of the events that we organize regionally, for example, Arab Health and Gulf Food, we organize it in Dubai, so we know that some of you are frequent traveler to Dubai. You can also come over to Dubai to visit some of the exhibition that we organize there. Next, please. I think for investment opportunities, if you are interested, we can talk in person, because I think not many people are interested in investment, because investment, for example, you are talking about huge capital, you are talking about technology, for example. So if you are interested, we can meet up later. I'll be here to answer to your questions. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. I'll talk about next, please. Yeah. So I think one more thing that is very important is that we are close. So, for example, if you travel from any parts of India, within 4 to 5 hours, you should be able to reach Malaysia. So I think one of the advantages is that you can always come to Malaysia and it won't take you long. And now I think there's too many flights from this region and also from India that is traveling to Malaysia. Next, please. And then in Malaysia, our investment regime is very free. So if you are coming to invest into the country, you can have 100% equity, you can have 100% shareholder. You don't have to be worried about getting the local partner, for example. And if you have profit out of your investment, it is freely to be repatriated out of the country. And you can also employ, you know, your Indian people to be working in Malaysia under the expatriate post. Next, please. Next, please. Next. I think from my side, that's all about my presentation today. But once again, I would like to tell you that look at Malaysia as a country where you focus on whatever that you want to do, rather than look at Malaysia as a country with, you know, less population, for example. And one more thing which is very important also, when you come to Malaysia, you feel more like home. Because if you walk in the street, chances for you to meet with your, the people from this part of the world is very high. So you go to restaurant, you'll find your food. You go to, you'll find your religious places, for example. And I think our Consul General, he also, the forefathers, the ancestors also is this from this part of the world. So we share a lot of commonalities, where I think that's one of the advantages in both countries in terms of doing business with each other. So I think with that, I end my presentation, and if you have any questions, we can have it later on. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Thank you very much.
Our heartiest thanks to moderate His Excellency Wan Agamed for his detailed explanation about Malaysia external tradings and investment opportunities in Malaysia. Thank you, sir. Now I invited South India and Sri Lanka Tourism Director, Mr. Razaidi, for his presentation.
Good afternoon to everybody. Vanakkam, Excellency Mr. K. Sarvanakumar, Mr. Alango, my colleague from Sri Lanka, and all the office bearers of this IMPA Trade Fair 2024. And I'm so honored to be here, standing on the dais and speaking before every one of you here. And let me just introduce myself. My name is Razaidi Abdurrahim. I'm the Director of Tourism Malaysia in Chennai. I'm covering 5 southern states of India and Sri Lanka as well. Next, please. So this is basically my office staff. I have my Deputy Director, who also from Malaysia, and I have my Marketing Manager, Ms. Kavita here, and then my Marketing Executive, Mr. Said Anwar, and Ms. Malan Salma as my Admin Assistant, and my pilot, Mr. Muhammad Ali. So this particular staff have been supporting me in Chennai, looking after the 5 southern states and Sri Lanka. So this particular office have been there since 2006. So we have been there in Chennai and look after southern market and Sri Lanka for 18 years now. Yeah, and you can see we have all these predecessors of mine since 2006 until now, and we also have the deputy directors, 4 of them until now, since 2008. So this is basically the structure of my office in Chennai. Next. Okay, just wanted to share you the market performance of India. So you can see the chart here from 2019 until 2023. We have actually recorded the highest in 2019 pre-COVID. There was 735,000 with the receipt of 3.6 billion. This is arrival and the receipt from India itself. And you can see 2020 and 2021 obviously is a pandemic time. And then we managed to get 2022, 324,500. And fortunately, last year, January until December 2023, we managed to get 671,800 arrival from India, which we have surpassed our target. That was 462,000. So I think India office should have a bonus from the government that we have surpassed the target this year. So this is basically the performance. Okay, for my presentation today, I will just highlight, because we have, like Mr. Wan said, that we have in Malaysia we have 13 states and 3 federal territories. So I will be highlighting just a destination that I will highlight in my presentation. Okay, next. Okay, this is the great news to Indian that Malaysian government have actually introduced the visa exemption to Indian. So you can see that they can actually stay until 30 days or length of stays, and this particular exemption will be end until 31st December 2024. And we believe and we trust that the Malaysian government will extend it, because Malaysia will celebrating its Visit Malaysia year in 2026. So we hope that this particular exemption will be extended. And the document they have to only have the passport validity of 6 months, confirm return ticket, confirm hotel bookings, and proof of financial. And then the immigration clearance, of course, will be by the immigration officer in the air, land, and sea in Malaysia. And the only thing that they need to register is through this Malaysia Digital Arrival Card. We call it MDAC, and you can actually register and you can go to Malaysia anytime. Okay? Okay, next. Okay, just wanted to share with you, these slides are referring to the pan-India air connectivity. If you can see, the total connectivity from India is 181 per week. And you can see from northern India, 42 flights per week, central India, 18, and southern India, you can see that 121. So I think 70% out of pan-India are coming from southern part. You know, if you can see Trichy, 16 flight per week by AirAsia, and Batik Air 7 times per week. And then good enough for that just recently Trivandrum, AirAsia have just introduced 4 times a week from Trivandrum, and Malaysia Airlines 2 times a week. So this particular slides are showing that how important that southern India, to the market, to the Malaysian market. And for your information, that India has been the top 5 of the Indian international arrival to Malaysia. So next, please. Okay, I'll just show you this promotional video that you can see. This is part of our promotional video.
They say the soul never changes. It's the one thing that stays constant. While what we see around us may change and grow,
this video shows the heritage and culture
where it came will always
Malaysia.
Stay the same. Life, guiding us to make us who we are. What we are and where we go. And where I'm from, we go forward. So come, we have much more to share. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Okay, before I continue, by the show of hand, how many of you have traveled to Malaysia? Wow, quite a lot. So okay, next slide. This is the Kuala Lumpur city view. If you can see, these are the magnificent scene of Kuala Lumpur. As you can see, the iconic building. This is the latest iconic building, the second tallest tower in the world. They call it Merdeka 118. So they have all the facilities, apartment, shopping complex, and many more. Attraction. That is considered the latest attraction in the Kuala Lumpur. And of course, KL Tower, and obviously the iconic Kuala Lumpur city center. So this is the magnificent picture of sky view of Kuala Lumpur. Next. Okay, again the iconic building. You can see the pinnacle of KLCC. These are basically the destination of Malaysia. I mean in Kuala Lumpur. Next. Okay, this is Bukit Bintang, where the Kuala Lumpur heart of attraction. You can see all the shopping mall. There's pavilion, the Bukit Bintang, and then the many more of the shopping destination there. And of course, the nightlife is also there, and the varieties of food can be found in the Bukit Bintang area. Next. Yeah, you can see this one of the activities that you can do in the Kuala Lumpur. This is KL Tower, where annually they have this competition where the skydiving activities, jumping from the highest point of Kuala Lumpur KL Tower. Next. Okay, this is another the destination, especially for our friends from southern India, where this 272 steps, from below until up there. Who have been there? You been there before? Yeah, good. Okay, this is the must visit in the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. When they arrive in Kuala Lumpur, this is part of the must visit in Selangor. Next. Okay, we move on to the Highland. This is another must visit for our friend from India. Normally they call it Genting, Genting Highland, where they have actually introduced the new outdoor theme park. And you can see this is the eye view from the cable car. Next. This is what I told you about the latest outdoor theme park that you can actually enjoy with your family here. There's a variety of rides, and there's an extreme ride for the adult, and interesting ride for the kids as well. Okay, this is the indoor theme park in the Genting Highland. They call it Sky Tropolis, where you can see all these rides indoor. You can enjoy with the family. Next. Okay, we move on to the north part of Peninsular Malaysia. We call it, this island is the Pearl of Orient, Penang. Penang is well known for the food, the variety of food, for Indian food, Chinese food and Malay food, a variety of choices that you can taste in Penang. And on the top right, this is the platform view that you can see the whole Georgetown from this platform view is from Komta building, and you can experience the trishaw and the nightlife in Penang. Okay, next. Again, Malaysia, like I mentioned just now, we have a lot of combination of delicious food that you can try. You don't have to worry about Indian food, because over there in Malaysia you can find Indian food everywhere. Okay, next. Okay, this is the must visit as an Instagram point at Lebuh Chulia. You can see all the streets arts along the way at this particular street. Next. Okay, this is the world's longest water slide, 1.1 kilometers. They call it Escape in Penang. So one of the famous theme park up north in Penang, and you can actually find a lot of water slides and all the water kind of activities. And of course, this is really good for family vacation. Next. Okay, now we move on to another island up north in Malaysia, and obviously this is another must visit for not only Indian but most of the tourists. That we call it Langkawi Island. It's a duty-free island, and this basically Langkawi is based on Lang. Lang means eagle. In Malay language, Lang is eagle, Kawi is marble, because in Langkawi, in that island, is famous for its marble. So Kawi marble. So Lang combined with Kawi, we call it Langkawi. Okay, next. Okay, this is the Gunung Mat Cincang, the platform, the viewing floor, viewing sky bridge up 600 over meters from the sea level in the Mat Cincang mountain. You can see the cable car on the right and the sky bridge on the left, and this is the must visit in Langkawi Island. Next. Okay, this is Chenang Beach, one of the famous beach in the Langkawi, where you can find very powdery sandy beaches that you can enjoy the sea and beach activities. You can have what we call jet skis and everything, you know, and parachute, paradiving, paragliding and everything. Okay, this is Pantai Chenang, we call it Chenang Beach. Okay, next. Okay, this is another beautiful beach, what we call it as Tanjung Ru Beach. You can see the very white, powdery sandy beaches, and you can actually have all sorts of quiet kind of activities here. There's not many of engine kind of activities like jet skis. This is very quiet beach where you can actually have a quiet time with your family here. Okay, next. Okay, this is, I really wanted to share with you because this is going to be opening tomorrow. This is the latest product in the Langkawi. They call it as Eagle's Nest Skywalk. You know, you can, why they call it Eagle Nest? Because they have this 2 eggs here, you know, symbolizes the egg's nest, you know. So it's going to be launched tomorrow. Yeah? So next time when you come to Langkawi, you have to visit this Sky Nest. And I have the video after this that you can see and visualize that you can experience that after 10th tomorrow. Next video. I'll be showing the Eagle's Nest, a dedicated video. So you are among the few that you know, seeing this particular video of the Eagle's Nest Skywalk. Please. Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting that they are going to launch tomorrow. So next will be the Malaysian Borneo. We have two of Malaysian Borneo, which is Sabah and Sarawak. So this is enchanting Sabah Malaysian Borneo, and as you can see, on the top right is the hornbill, one of the endemic bird in the Sabah. And you can see the very beautiful island there, and Mount Kinabalu, one of the, the highest mountain in Southeast Asia. And of course, Sabah is well known of its sea creatures, you know, scuba diving, snorkeling, and as you can see in the images. Next. Okay, this is Bohe Dulang. This is not Maldives. This is not Sri Lanka, but this is Sabah, you know. So have you been to Malaysia before? Sabah? Okay, I see. Correct. So this is Buhay Bulang, you know. So you can see this wonderful island. This part of the island. Malaysia have more than 200 islands, basically. So this is one of the beautiful island where you can experience the scuba diving, you know, all the sea activities. This is one of it. Next, Mata King Island. So you can see the crystal clear water, you know. Next one. Mabul Island, again you can see all these beautiful resorts in the Mabul Island. You can see the snorkeling activity over there, and you can also do the scuba diving around. And another one that is not in my slide is Sipadan Island, one of the top 10 beautiful island that recognized by the world, you know. This is Sibuan Island again, you know, the attraction with the sea and the beaches, and then you can have all these activities in Sabah. Next, Kota Kinabalu, of course, the capital of Sabah, where the business and also the resorts over there, and of course a golf course as well in Sabah. Okay, Desaro Coast, another destination down south. Just neighboring to the Singapore, and you can see all these properties. We have all the 5 or 6 stars properties like Hard Rock Hotel and many more. And also we have Earl's Club golf course in Johor around the Desaro Coast. This is another the place that you can explore in Malaysia. Next. Okay, this is part of the view of the property in Johor. Next. Okay, again, Malaysia is simply spectacular for shopping. You know, Malaysia is really value for money, and now that the ringgit value is lower than the USD, even value for money for people to travel to Malaysia. And then you can see all these destination for shopping, especially this Johor Premium Outlet, and we have Genting Premium Outlet, and of course in KL we have, like I mentioned earlier, we have Bukit Bintang and Penang as well. All these areas are really famous for shopping. Okay, next. Okay, these are the souvenirs that you can bring home to your family, and we have a very wide range of choices of our souvenirs, because we are multicultural and we have all sorts of souvenirs that you can actually buy. So again, Malaysia is very well known for wedding. You know, I have an experience where I had attended a very massive wedding, inclusive the Sangeet and all the other arrangement, just like Anand Ambani, yes, Anand Ambani, you know, they have a very massive kind of wedding arrangement. We have had a big Indian wedding in Lexis, in Poklitzen, in Tanjung Ru, in Langkawi, you know. So a lot of Indian wedding have been done in Malaysia, which we really wanted to have more and more of it, because we know that the spillover is there, you know. So that is why we wanted to have more and more Indian wedding, coming over to Malaysia. Why don't you, have your wedding? I mean, your sons or daughters or whoever, plan the wedding in Malaysia. Next. Okay, this is one. Like I said, this is part of the property that have done the very good wedding. Lexis Hibiscus. You can see the very nice layout of this particular property. You know, they have beaches as well, and they have done the numerous Indian wedding in their property. Next. Okay, this is the setup that can be done for Indian wedding, beach wedding, forest wedding, underwater wedding, you name it, you can do it. Next. Okay, this is the golfing. Those who are really into golf, we have more than 200 over signature kind of golf courses. Next. Like I said, we have more than 200 golf courses, 18 hole. All the signature designed by all the well-known designers of golf courses. Next. Okay, this is Earl's Club in Langkawi. Next. Okay, experience the underwater sea world. Next. Again, like I said, that we have more than 800 islands in Malaysia, even though it's small countries, but surrounding with more than 800 islands. So you just imagine that what kind of activities that you can do. So I think with that slide, I end my presentation today, and I really hope that you guys can come to Malaysia, because we have relaxed the entry procedures. So once again, thank you very much. Malaysia truly Asia. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our heartiest thanks to Mr. Razadi sir for his excellent speech about Malaysia's popular and exciting tourism places, and also for his invitation to Malaysia tourism. Thank you, sir. Now the time for honoring our today's chief guests. So I invited our IMPA ITF 2024 chairman, Thiru C. Muthusamy sir, to honor our guests. Indian Asian Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce Vice President Thiru Jambunathan Elango sir, please come. Thank you, sir. Now, Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation Council, moderate Wan Agamat sir, please, His Excellency Wan Agamat sir. Thank you, sir. Now, South India and Sri Lanka Tourism Director, Mr. Razadi ABD Ragim, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you all. The IMPA Coimbatore President Thiru Jayaprakash is invited to deliver his vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. So, இப்போ இந்த மாலை பொழுதுல நம்ம ஸ்ரீலங்காவில் கிளம்பி மலேசியா போய் ஒரு டூர் அடிச்சுட்டு இப்போ எல்லாரும் இங்கே வந்து இறங்கியிருக்கோம். இது உண்மையிலேயே ஒரு நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் நல்ல ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் நிறைய கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இப்போ உதாரணமாக சொல்ல போனால் எக்ஸலன்சி ஆஃப் வெங்கடேஸ்வரன் ஸ்ரீலங்கன் டெப்டி ஹை கமிஷனர். ஸோ இந்தியா ஸ்ரீலங்காவுக்கு உண்டான நிறைய வாய்ப்புகளை நமக்கு சொல்லியிருக்காரு. நம்ம அதை யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பிஸ்னஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இன்றைக்கி இந்தியா தான் வந்து நிறையா எக்ஸ்போர்ட் கொடுத்துட்ருக்கோம். அவங்க இம்போர்ட் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இங்கேருந்து நிறைய வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்குது. அதற்கு உண்டான வாய்ப்புகளை நம்ம பயன்படுத்துறதுக்கு அது இனி வரும் காலங்களில் அதுக்குண்டான தகவல்கள் எல்லாம் அறிஞ்சு நம்ம பயன்படுத்தி கொள்ளலாம். அதே சமயத்தில் டூரிசம் அப்படிங்கிற சாப்டருமே ஸ்ரீலங்கா நம்ம எவ்வளோ சின்ன கண்ட்ரி இருந்தால் கூட லெஷர் ஸ்பாட்ஸ் நிறைய காமிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதே மாதிரி மலேசியன் ஸ்ரீலங்கன் மினிஸ்டர் ஹிஸ் எக்ஸலன்சி ஞானதேவா சார் வந்து அவருடைய ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் கொடுத்தாரு. பிஸ்னஸ் பற்றி நிறைய ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியும் நமக்கு என்ன வாய்ப்பு இருக்குங்கிறத அவரும் நிறையா கொடுத்துருக்காரு. ஸோ இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம பிற்காலம் யூஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் நிறையா பண்ணலான்னு சொல்லி இந்த நேரத்தில் சொல்லிவிட்டு, அதே சமயத்தில் ஜம்பநாதன் இளங்கோ சார் இந்த வாய்ப்புகளெல்லாம் நமக்கு ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுத்து அவருடைய ஸ்பீச் அழகாக நமக்கு சொன்னார். இன்னும் நிறைய அவரை யூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்குது. அதோட ட்ரேட் ஹிஸ் எக்ஸலன்சி வான் அகமட் அவரும் நிறைய நமக்கு மலேசியனோடைய பிஸ்னஸ் அண்டு டூரிசம் பற்றி நிறைய நமக்கு கொடுத்துருந்தாரு. ஸோ இந்த பிஸ்னஸ் வாய்ப்புகள் நிறைய இருக்குது. அவங்க நம்மளோட இப்போ இந்த சேர்ந்துருக்கிறது நிறைய வாய்ப்பு. இந்த பிஸ்னஸுக்கு நமக்கு இன்னும் வருங்காலத்தில் பர்டிகுலராக நிறைய கனெக்ஷன்ஸ் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம். அதே சமயத்தில் மலேசியா டூரிசம் நமக்கு நிறைய பிளஷர் லங்காவி முதல் கொண்டு நிறைய விஷயங்கள் காமிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஒரு த்ரில்லிங்கான எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் நமக்கு காத்துட்ருக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட் மிஸ்டர் ரசாதி அகமட், டைரக்டர் ஆஃப் சவுத் இந்தியா டூரிசம் மலேசியா, சவுத் இந்தியா அண்டு ஸ்ரீலங்கா. ஸோ அவர்கிட்டேருந்து நம்ம நிறையா விஷயங்கள் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சிட்டோம். த்ரில்லிங்கான லெஷர் ஸ்பாட்ஸ் அண்டு பிஸ்னஸ் நமக்கு நிறையா விஷயங்களை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. நம்ம இந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை நம்ம மெயின்டைன் பண்ணி நம்ம ஃப்யூச்சரில் நிறைய தொடர்புகளை ஏற்படுத்திக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த வாய்ப்பை அளித்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். வணக்கம்.
மதிய உணவிற்கு பிறகு ஓர் இடத்தில் அமர்ந்து இத்துணை நேரமும் பொறுமையாக இருந்து ஸ்ரீலங்கா, மலேசியா போன்ற நாடுகளை சுற்றி பார்த்த அனைத்து நல்லுள்ளங்களுக்கும் எங்களது நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். நன்றி.